We gonna live cook. One minute, Bigfoot World. We going What's going on, Bigfoot World? Another Friday night, guys. Late as usual. Nothing changed. Nothing new. But first thing first, guys. Thumbs up. Can you guys hear me? See me good? You got coffee, Geneva? That's what's up. I see everybody talking shit on me just because I'm a couple minutes late, but we're here, guys. Let me fix it. I'm still fixing everything. What about this camera? Is this camera good? Is that better? You see me? Thanks, Dorothy. Brian, you get the yard mode yet? You get her done? I'm here, man. I'm here, Bigfoot World. What's going on? I'm running a little bit late trying to get everything together, get everything working right, and it's not working. But I'm here. You see Cookie, she's here running around. It was a good week, though, for the most part, other than the rainstorm. This rainstorm, thunderstorm, lightning, this shit. It keep pushing me back, guys, for what I want to do, what I want to get done. Because when I plan what I want to do, it's got to be like a certain day, because it's got to be a day when everybody's off and you can actually get out there overnight and enjoy the night out there without have to worry about shit. But for the most part, it's still in motion. We still got the plan. As you see on Facebook, Fred's getting in gear. He's ready for this overnighter. It's gonna be interesting. Wait till it's gonna be a surprise location. I ain't even gonna tell you where it's gonna be at, but when you see where it's gonna be at, you're gonna say these guys are retarded. These guys are just stupid. Just I'm still wondering. I don't know if I should do it or not, but Fred's gonna be there. We're gonna get in there and do it. We're gonna get it done. I just ain't gonna tell you where. I gotta fix this. That's why I was running late. Everything's just jacked up. Beautiful day. It's hot today. It's a hot day, but everybody had to work. Geneva. I got some notes, guys. I got some notes. If you see me looking down, I'm not looking. I'm looking at my notes. And for everybody that didn't read, the Powerful Duo is not going to be Powerful Duo anymore. They're working on a trio. Can's having a baby. They found out, which is a good thing. They starting their family young. That's cool. They got their house, their job. They're both working. Everything's happening in order for them, and that's what's up. That's what's up. So for people that don't know, I don't know what they're having yet. In a good note, she's due March 19th. My birthday is the 23rd, so hopefully, mess around, she has the baby on my birthday. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That'd be real cool. But guys, this week in the forest, head into that maze. It's a whole new world down in that ravine, man. It's nuts. Are they married? Nope, not yet. They're working on that. They are talking about it and all that good stuff. You're buffering, Nancy. That sucks. But going down in when I first started going down in the beginning of the series this week, a baby Bigfoot, it's new. But going down in when I first started heading down in, I found that rib cage. What do you guys think that shit is? I mean, who somebody a hunter put that there? Cookies out there on the hunt. But a hunter, the Sasquatch, because it was some old rusted ass wires strung up to a root ball of a tree out in the middle of the trail, just hanging there. Perfect rib cage. Nothing else, just a rib cage. That was messed up. I know I see my mom saying they hope they have twins. Yeah, hey, because Can's a twin. There's twins in the family heavy. They're on both sides, on Can's side and on our side. So it's possible can have twins. No, Cookie ain't closed my door. Bait for coyotes, maybe. I know that shit was freaky walking into that and then going to it's like every couple of feet there's structures everywhere on both sides to where there was never structures out on the trail, out on that old creek bed going down in there. It's totally different. And I seen a lot of you guys sent the pictures of them setting up on the left as I was going in. There's at least 20 of you guys that spotted them off setting up there watching me as I was coming down over the bank. That's crazy. Yeah, Cookie's out there running around terrorizing. She knows I'm live and I ain't getting up for a while, so she's messing up my house. That's just the way Cookie is. And this week, I'm guessing Monday. Jeff said Monday. I'm holding to it. We're gonna do this Rando Nautica, and I don't know, man. I've been looking at it and all these videos. People saying it's from the dark web. I don't know. We're gonna do it Monday. We're gonna try it Monday night. See what happens. I'm hoping he shows up this time. Hopefully he'll be there. And that says, hell no, don't do it. But there's gonna be a few of us together. And I noticed in a lot of the videos, people's getting followed. Who like black SUVs, black cars, white cars. It's like government colors. And they're following the people around this out Randonautic, and so I gotta watch that. I definitely gotta watch that. But we're supposed to do that Monday, and hopefully we do it. And the rain holds up because it seemed like we'll get a thunder and lightning all day long, and then the next day it'll be 100 degrees, and then it'll be raining the next day. It's like, where are we at? We're in the tropic and deep in the tropics somewhere. It's this weather's messed up for this time of the year. Definitely is. I wanted to go rafting this week. It's a lot just got canceled on me this week, which sucks. You think it's going to be nice out in here? There's a big ass thunderstorm tearing shit up, and then even once the thunderstorm passes, the river's still too high to do anything in. So we gotta wait till next week. The maze, guys. Once I got up there to the maze, man, that shit was crazy. It's done. I think they're done with it because if you seen that last video I put up, to where the before and after pictures I put up, it's they smashed that up. I'm not sure if it's because I put the plot watcher facing the entrance of that maze, because as soon as I took that plot watcher out of there, like the very next week I went up there and checked it out. That whole all the structures and everything, the barricade was all smashed down. So that's a pretty good indication that they're done with that maze. But at the same time, when I went back into the cave part of the maze, it in the back part of it, it seems to be wider. Like they dug the dirt and pushed the dirt up to the sides. So I don't know. Maybe a bear's doing that back there. Maybe a bear took it over, because a bear was in there. Bear was back in there. He warned me a couple times. He grunted. I mean, I heard him smashing shit walking up around through there. There's a bear up on that side, so I definitely got to be careful when I'm up on that side of the mountain. He's running around up there. And oh shit, guys, it just reminded me. I just remembered. Boyd Stone. I think this is the package that I've been waiting on. I've been tracking for like 3 months. He sent it don't even got a date. It's probably been repackaged like 20 times. But it finally came yesterday. I finally got the package yesterday. It's Jeff Mildren's book, Sasquatch Legends Meet Science. Guys, if you didn't read this book, you definitely got to check this out, because this is it's just going to benefit me in so many different ways. On even the way I track them now, some of the information in this book's going to help me track them a whole lot better than what I was doing. And there's a couple good tricks in there that I can try out for while I'm out there. Now, what happened to what? Sasquatch Meets Science. This is a good book. Sasquatch. No, Legend Meets Science. Legend Meets Science. Geneva got jokes. Let me check to make sure. No, it came from Postal Service, United Postal Service. I can't blame that one on FedEx. Not yet. You can read it when you're done with it. Oh yeah, you came on for sure. It's a great book from Jeff Meldrum. But anyways, guys, that rib cage, I've been thinking about that shit all week since I found it. It's like, why would somebody just tie that up there and just leave it hanging on the root ball of a tree? Just randomly just tie ribs up. It seems like every time I go out into that area, I'm finding bones laying around, different bones everywhere. It's I guess it's that season. It's that season. It ain't hunting season, but the predators are out there tearing shit up. It seemed like, for the most part, I'm hoping that's what it is. And the cop, did you see the snake? While I'm thinking about it, when I was going up around that rock, there was that snake stretched up along that log going up through there. Now, parts of me says that was like a copperhead because of the designs in him, and part of like the part from where he was swelled up to his head was like a black snake. So it's weird. I don't know what kind of snake that was really. I mean, it could be both. It really could, because years ago when I first me and Fred first went to his baby mom's cabin, underneath the cabin there was a den. There was two sets of snakes. There was, what was there? There was garden snakes, and there was copperheads, and they was all piled in underneath this cabin. If you come out early in the morning, you'll see them laid out around the yard, and as you're walking around, they'll take off and shoot up underneath the cabin. But there was times when I come out, there would be a copperhead curled up with a garden snake, mating with it. I was sitting there watching, like, damn, let's see who wins, see who eats each other. But it wasn't the case. I thought the one was going to eat the other one, but they made it and went their own different ways. It was weird. So I think they're interbreeding. I'm almost pretty sure that they're interbreeding. So I couldn't tell you what snake that was, because it looked like a copperhead through the middle of the body, and from that part it was swelled up to his head. It looked like a black snake. So it's you got me. You guess as good as mine on that one. I have no idea. That shit was weird on that one. No, I didn't really spook the snake, Dawn. So usually when it releases that cucumber smell, it knows you're there. You spooked it. It's like that's its defense before it bites you. It releases that scent. But even when I was throwing logs at it, it still just lay stretched out there. It didn't even barely move. Barely moved. I threw like 3 or 4 logs at it, and it just laid there. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone before I mess around and get bit. I definitely know they definitely interbreed. Where did I go at the end of the last video when you saw the pile of rocks? There was another video that I should have put up today, but I just decided not to. I just left it go pretty much. I put it up in the beginning of this week. It'd be like at the end of that series, the beginning of the next series, type of deal. But I headed back out. Once I left out of that maze and that bear growled at me, like grunted at me, I just got out of the area, and it was getting late anyways. So I pushed back out, and I wanted to see. It seemed like every time as I was going down there, I shut the camera off. It seemed like the one would start knocking down here, or they push trees over. That's when shit started happening as soon as I shut the camera off. So on the way out, that's what I did. I shut the camera off, put everything away in my backpack, and just hiked out and see what they did. But they didn't really do too much. It seemed like one was following me out, which is normal. They always do. But other than that, they didn't get no knocks, no tree knocks, or rock on rock, none of that. It was pretty quiet coming out of there. 2 deer. I sat down to take a smoke break, and 2 deer walked up to me. I got that on film too. I put that up. At the beginning of this next series coming up, which I'm not sure which one it's going to be, whether it's the Randonautica or the Overnighter or just me out there, but it's going to be one of the three. It's too hot for them to be out there. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hot week. It's been humid with all this rain going on, and then hot, and then rain, then hot. It's miserable out there. The air conditioners are getting overwhelmed. They're freezing up. It's a nightmare. This week's been hot. It's been miserable and wet, if that makes sense. I see you in that. What's going on, Vince? Good to see you on there, Vengeful One. Man, I'm way behind. My fault, guys. I was looking at the other website. I was looking at the StreamYard page and not the YouTube page, so the comments was behind on it. I'm like 50 comments back. My bad. It's one of them weeks. It's been like that all week. I had an interview today for it was for a manager's position and training for package handler trainer. And man, I applied for it. The position went up. I applied for it. I had the interview come up, and I went into the interview. It was like, wow, man, it was crazy because they put two head managers at the table on the other side of me, and I'm on this side by myself sitting there. It's like, am I in trouble? I feel like I'm at the principal's office. I'm about to get expelled out of school or something. Shit. And they're asking me questions that off the wall questions that, man, you really got to think about your answer on it. So I hopefully I did pretty good with it. I'll know this week, see what happens with it this week. But that'd be cool. Even just to be there, not even a year yet, and to be a candidate for a manager, that's saying a lot. That means I came a long way with the company, and that's a good feeling in itself. Even if I don't get the position, but just to know that I was a runner for that position, that's enough. That says enough in itself. On that note, so I just got to be cool with what I say about, because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But there's definitely more pay, more hours. Thanks, Joyce. That's what's up, man. That definitely helps out a lot. But if I do get that manager position, that's be crazy. Or even the training, the package handler trainer. It's like everything's straightened out for itself. It's like fixing itself in life. It's crazy how it works out, but it always did work out. No matter what you go through or how you do it, everything always works out for the best sooner or later. It's crazy. But yeah, Monday, guys, you're gonna have to get on Jeff's page and make sure his ass shows up. Tell him we can't wait for that video to pop up. Let's get it, because he been dragging his feet on it. I don't know if he's scared something gonna happen or what, but I told him we'll be straight. We got stuff with us. We're gonna have backup if we need it. I got plans if it goes the wrong way or if the right way or whatever. Let's just go out and enjoy ourselves and have positive thoughts on it and see what happens and make a good video and a good night. All in all, we'll have fun out there. So let's just do it. Because my first question is going to be, take me to Bigfoot's house. I want you to show me Bigfoot's house. Everybody think about Bigfoot's house. And we're going to take a ride to the woods, wherever it leads us to. Bring spare pants and underwear, right? Because them videos are crazy. The things that's been going on in the videos, it's entertaining, man. It's definitely entertaining. I want to see what it's about for real. I want to try it out for real. Might be beneficial. Nonetheless, it might get us hurt too out there. Take us to Bigfoot's house and they drag us in. We go knocking on their door and they reach out and pull us in. Hey, we might be SOL on that. But it'll be on film, guys. It'll be lost tapes. Just upload it on my channel as lost tape. My last tape. Pretty much. But at least you guys will get to see. I'm going to be dinner. It's playing tricks. It's what? Playing tricks on you. You mean the app? Tell Junior bring extra socks for the overnighter. Right now for the overnighter, it's I remember that you watched the last overnighter, but for this overnighter, it's gonna be. I think Money Mike's gonna join us. Money Mike's gonna be there. Fred's gonna be there, and it's hard to tell who else. It probably like 2 others is gonna be with us. I ain't going to go into details because every time I go into details, I get myself in trouble. They don't come or something. So there might be 2, 3 others that's going to join us after on top of the crew. Hide and seek in the woods. They probably would. They do. That's what they normally do, especially where we're going to be going. But where we're going to be going, they like to bluff charge you in the night, and it's. I ain't been back in this area since I've been bluff charged out there. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I could try. I can try to have one of us go live out there, but it's hard to tell. There's hardly ever no signal every time we're in the mountains. And I got a couple spotlights this time around. I got a lot of lights I've been collecting. I just ain't had the chance to take them out there and use them. I got military lights, spotlights. I mean, I got T6 lights. It lights for days. And I ain't taking no damn banana bread, pecan pie, none of that shit. We're going to eat before we go. We'll stop for breakfast on the way out. I ain't taking shit. You might get something. Lucky if you get something to drink. I ain't messing around out there to get myself ate, because that does definitely attract shit. I might bring some apples. I might bring some more apples. And while I'm thinking about it, I didn't make it out yet to check on them apples, but that's on the top of the list this week. Check out your city garden. I definitely will. I definitely will. I didn't go back yet to check the apples. It's been a bad week because This all this damn rain, and I just ain't made it out there yet. I know, Rob. But this week is definitely on top of the list. I will be making it out there for sure. I've been thinking about them apples because I know they've been taking them. And I want Fred, when I got Fred for the overnighter, I want Fred to go out there and pretty much, I want him to go in there and lay them rocks down and shine a light on things on the bottom layer and up on the top layer. Cause Fred, he don't give two fucks. He'll go in shit. He'll lay it down. What's going on in there? Who's in there? How many? I mean, he don't care. He'll roll right in there. He even said in the wintertime he want to get in there, lay down with a bear, cuddle up with him while he's in there hibernating and shit. He said before he dies, he gonna lay in there and go sleep with a bear while he's hibernating. He gonna mess around, and get his ass tore up. What's gonna happen? Pass it to the left. You guys are something else. I seen that, Vince. I seen it on Facebook, man. They've been sitting up here on the left as I was going down in. They was up on the hillside sitting there watching me. I think there was a female feet rocking a baby or something up there as I was walking by. It was weird. Like it was trying to keep the baby quiet as I was going through. I seen that. I seen them clips. You're on the right, Annette. It'll come around to you. Why don't I bring a what? A battle buddy? Yeah, Fred's coming with me on the crazy events, on the crazy shit that I got planned. He'll be there, but on the other shit, it'll just be me. Take some ribs with me. I ain't taking. They're already out there. I don't need to take them at all. You just smoking on my damn chat room. Yeah, you're right. That bear gonna tear his ass up, but it'd be entertaining. Fred will fight. He'll fight a bear. It'd be funny to see as I'm running away. I hold the camera behind me, film it as I'm going. You've missed the last few weeks. You was asleep the last few weeks. Was you in a coma? You need 3 puffs. This is something else, mom. And that's my mom talking like that. Puff, puff, pass. This is something else. These are bad influences on me. You're supposed to be keep me on the straight and narrow. You're trying to get me in trouble. Clean in England. Oh, I got you, Claire. So it's like midnight, 1 a.m. up in there. Who don't love France? Man, there's some beautiful people down there. Thumbs up, mom. Kathy. Kathy, crazy as shit. What's going on, Christy? You like to puff and this not pass. Mom needs to get it right. She says she like to puff pass. She like to puff and not pass. Purdue girls there. There's some beautiful girls there. Right. You send me some pics, Joyce. Are they? You got clothes on? I seen a lot of strippers. I got you. You was what? Skip? How you get Skip, Roy? He preferred a mirror. Let me go back up and see what he said. I don't see it. You might have got skipped. If you did, my fault. Might have to type it again. I don't know, Leanne. You have to go back and watch it and find out. You might have missed some good shit. You missed some good updates. You definitely did miss some good updates. Especially with Jeff and Can about to have that baby. I told him you better have all the fun you can have now because once that baby comes, that fun shit's over. Fun shit's over. Every 2 to 4 hours, get up, feed the baby, change the baby. Man, the crying. It's some bad things with it, but it's all good. It's all worth it in the outcome because you end up with grown dickheads like them now, Jeff and Mike. I got some beautiful girls though. Beautiful girls. I ain't a grandpa yet. I ain't old yet. I still got a few months. My oldest daughter's having one too. So it's like they're all having them at the same time. It's crazy. With Buggers in the house, I ain't seen. I must have missed him too. I'm missing everybody tonight. Grandpa, huh? I'm too young to be a grandpa. Roll everyone there a blunt. What? You know how much that would cost? I had to get some Reggie. Can't roll the expensive shit and pass it out. Right, Snoop. Soon. Yeah, I know. Abby is. She's having her third baby. Yeah, Kathy, it looks that way. You better get a job so I can buy presents. Shit. Yeah. Hopefully I do get that position. I'm hoping. I'm hoping I hear something this week. I'll know something, but man. And then the next day, what the weird shit, the weird it was this morning. Matter of fact, going to work last night, going to work. The weirdest shit happened. I go downstairs, I take my garbage out with me, I throw it in the dumpster, I get in the car, I I turn on the radio station, I back out, and I'm facing out the head out my driveway, and this black cat shoot across. So I'm thinking, damn, what the hell's the chance of that? But then I go, okay, from left to right, that's good luck. Let's go. So I hurry up and jet it out, and I made the right on the 119 and start heading to work. And I get like maybe a football field down the road, and this black cat shoots out the other way, straight out across 119. It's like, damn, he's making sure they get me. Double whammy coming both ways. What's the chances of two black cats crossing my path within 2 blocks? It's like, man, man, don't do this to me. It ain't happening. This shit can't be happening. That shit was crazy. Nowadays, I don't know what's up with these black cats in this area, especially that time of night. It's like 2 in the morning. I'm driving to work, and these things are jetting out of everywhere, all black. It's just not cool. That's just not cool. No, it ain't the same cat because that one went. They going 2 different directions. It definitely was the same cat. One cat canceled out the other. That's a good idea. That's cool. Maybe that's why I ain't getting no bad luck. Really, not yet. Knock on wood, man. 3 that are black didn't pick them. They picked us. Got a good point, I guess. Going on, Amy. I don't get that. You got 413 to 18. Oh, okay. 4 kids. I got you. Black cats are good luck since when? Since when? Uh, shit. Aren't panthers in your area? They are panthers, and I seen one. I seen a panther. It's been about 4 years now, 5 years maybe. I seen one. I was riding on the four wheeler coming down off the mountain out onto a power line. As soon as I hit on the power line and made the right, it was running. It was running away from me, and I started chasing it on my quad like a dumbass, not thinking. Like I was actually surprised. I'm looking at a panther like crouched down, low to the ground, crawling, trying to get away from me, and I started chasing it to get a closer look at it, and it came up to this like valley. It dropped down into this little valley part, and by the time I got to the valley, it was gone. It totally disappeared, and it was in the dead of the winter. I could see all the whole area. There was really nowhere for it to go, and it totally disappeared. It was craziest thing I've ever seen. For grandkids, okay, I got you, Marty. The orange ones are bad luck. Get some more good shots of them rocks. I got you. I definitely will next time I'm out there. Panthers out in California got arrested a long time ago. There's still a few here. There's some mountain lions, a lot of mountain lion here, but there's a couple of panther running around here too. I've definitely seen him up close in person. Oh, I've seen him. I've seen him real well, broad daylight. I seen him. Yeah, them rock formations, them carvings, them old carvings, ancient carvings, and that reminds me. I've been talking to this one guy. He's a local. They call Crazy Mike. He knows the area. He knows the area up in this mountain. That it's weird. It's a weird spot to get to. It's hard to get into, but he said you got to climb down and down over this rock face, and then it curves up. It cuts up in off of this ledge. And when you get back in there, he said there's ancient drawings from the caveman back in way back when, and it's there's benches carved into the rock going in. It's a crazy place. I got to get up in there and film that. I got to get him to take me up there and see what the hell he's talking about. Bigfoot has real man like facial features, don't they? Definitely, some of them definitely do. They look a lot human. But at the same time, I wouldn't say they're human, and I wouldn't say they're ape. It's like they're in a species of their own. If you see one in the face, it's they look human at the same time they look ape, but they're not either or. It's something in between. They're highly intelligent, probably even more intelligent than us on a lot of aspects, on a lot of levels. They're smart, very smart, very very smart. I mean, they don't need weapons and shit really to hunt. They can just sit there and wait on it to walk on by and reach out and snatch it up. They don't use too much effort to where we need shotguns and shit and set up in trees for all night long just to catch one buck. They don't got to do that. They just jump out and jump on it. They get it done. So they look different. They look like different. There's different types. There's different types of Bigfoot. Like Sheila's World, them ones look more human. They don't really have hair on the face. They the old lady that was moving around in the bush when Sheila was hollering, "I'm here." She looked like an old lady, like a human old lady, until she like really stood up, and you could see the hair coming down her neck and her chest, then the grays and the blacks. She was. That's you would swear if you didn't see that you would swear that she was an old grandma hiding in the weeds, being nosy, pretty much, until you seen the black around the inside of the lips. Like when she made the O with the mouth, you can see the black. Humans don't got that. I don't think. Even we don't got that at all. There probably are hybrids of some sort. I think I don't know what I think. Shit, I could say a million things what they could be, but I don't know what they are. I didn't know they was here until like 10 years ago. It blew my mind when I first seen one. I couldn't tell you what they are. Even being out there all the time, this many like 10 years later, I still couldn't tell you what they are, or if they're government created or if they've been here. I can't tell you none of that shit. It's I know they're there. I see them. There's different things out there that goes with them, like the little dudes that runs right beside them. I don't know what they are, but I see them. Every researcher out there sees them, but they don't talk about them. There's other things with them. I think they're like people, all different faces. They do have different faces, different structures, different bodies. You're right on that aspect. Like when I go to Bigfoot Land and I see one of them, I'll know the difference between each one because they're all different. There's not one in that group the same at all by any means. The two red ones, you can even tell them apart. You can tell the female red one from the alpha male red one. There's a big difference. The size, she's more slender. She's more tall, lengthy. You tell them right off that who's who, and they're always together. The two red ones are always together, but the rest of them in the group is all black, except for that one big gigantic white one. They definitely do all look different. You love Slim Jims. I'm way ahead of you. Were the white women? I don't know. What's that supposed to be? Where can I find the pictures? Oh, on Facebook. On my Facebook page, Into the Woods with Jeff on Facebook. Check them out. There's a lot of actual good pictures on there. Brian, I'm going. That's the first thing this week. I didn't make it up there yet on the apples, but that's top of the list this week. I've been wondering about them apples. I definitely want to get out there and check them apples out. What about it on that? What are you talking about? My mom's story, the Missouri story. I want to shit to get out there. I ain't got the funds nowhere near for that yet. That's going to take some time. That's going to be like in the fall trip, a fall trip. If one by the time I get the funds together for that. And guys, while I'm thinking about it, you want to help out on these trips coming up? Definitely hit that PayPal down in the links in the description down there. The old stories of the face, not like Tinkerbell. They stole people away to other places. I don't know, Mindy. I never heard of that. Oh yeah, I did actually. Yeah, I did the Fae. I did hear something about that. I'm glad you said that, Joyce. Guys, did you see how deep that footprint I found this week? It was like this wide, like this long, about 16, 18 inches long, but it was like 3, 4 inches down into the mud, like that deep. That camera did no justice for it at all. It was like I could see everything perfectly. I could see all the toes in it. I could see it's like a perfect. If I knew how to cast, that would have been like one of the best casts, the perfect cast for how deep it was, the detail in the toes, everything. It's like, man, that would have been perfect. The print was too, it was big as shit. It's gonna be real hot next week. Yeah, that's why we're gonna go. Try. I'm thinking about when we go. It's gonna be like in the afternoon, throughout the night, and then take off in the morning, like 7, 8 in the morning. Take off, go for a little hike in the morning, and then pack out so they don't get too dehydrated and they're gonna be hungry by the time we get done throughout that night. A long night in the forest. It's gonna be crazy out there. Been getting gifts. Be careful on the gifting. Yeah, gift them. Uh, don't give them food like I've been doing. Keep giving them like objects like marbles like that or different rocks, stuff like that. Once you start feeding them, just like any, I don't want to call them animal, but just like anything, you keep feeding them, you keep feeding them, they become dependent on it. And then that one time you come out there and you ain't got enough food and they're hungry, it could be bad for you. I've seen it go bad too many different times. That's why I'm really not into feeding them. Maybe once a year, twice a year, I'll drop something off. When they start leaving me bones and stuff out there like that, I did the same thing. I left them apples for them. They definitely do, Joyce. The sounds they make is unbelievable. Them jacked up crows. And how many of you guys noticed? Oh man, how many of you guys noticed that every single video, no matter where I'm at, no matter what time of day or night, that damn crop plane flies over. It flies overhead at least once every single time that I'm out there. Yeah, take them stuffed animals. That's a good thing because they was leaving me stuffed animals out there, but they took them back. This last trip I went out there, they was all gone. They took them the deer and the dog back. I hear you, Claire. I ain't ever gonna read that again. That sounds bad. The crows. When the crows are in the area, the Bigfoot's around. You hear them crow sounds, they're around. I think they're like they're vultures with the Bigfoot. They eat all the stuff that the Bigfoot leave lay around. For the most part, it probably ain't a crow. The jacked up crows, too loud, too close, and it's always on the ground most of the time. I'll get you in there after the live, Gregory Marshall. It's definitely them. Sometimes it's them, and sometimes it is the crow. But you, after a while being out there, you can really tell the difference of the Bigfoot and the crows because it's just the Bigfoot. They'll do it too loud, too jacked up, it'd be like a crow on steroids getting choked out. It's a weird ass sound. You can tell a difference after a while being out there, right? They keep pets like us. I don't know. It's possible. They know how to do our animals, knocks and whistles. Yeah, I agree too. I agree with you. They train the crows. Now, some native groups used to go out and get hawks, and they'll train the hawks to go up and circle around and locate deer for the natives to go out and hunt them and different stuff of that nature. So it is possible that the Sasquatch is doing it because the native definitely been doing it for a long time, and the native is closer to the Sasquatch than anybody out there. They live side by side for hundreds of years. So early warning system. That the birds they tell on you every single time, no matter what. You could lay down on the ground and wiggle in and crawl in, and then birds will still spot you off and tell on you every single time. I swear, sometimes it sounds like they're saying they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. Soon as you start up that mountain, that bird just they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. I swear it's what it sounds like. The birds straight tell on you every time. No matter how quiet you try to be, they tell on you. They had a snake for you. Yeah, they did. They left me a copperhead last year, last winter. They left me a copperhead curled up on a rock with fang marks the whole way down the side of it. It was dead. Like they knew I was on my way through there, and they was laying up there upside down, curled up there, perfectly waiting for me on that rock. We can hear the birds and other noises, but you get. Did you notice that when I was going down into the ravine? It happens like that every single time. It never fails. Never fails. You'll hear all kind of noises the whole way down in there. You'll hear the birds chirping, crickets and frogs and shit. You'll hear all kind of wildlife starting in, but the deeper you get down in there, it's all that shuts off. It gets quiet. Only most of the time it's only when they're down there. When the Bigfoot is down there in the area, th- everything's done dead silent. There's nothing out there. It's so eerie. It's so noticeable. I mean, it's bad. When you can hear your own thoughts, that's quiet. That's real quiet. It's just too quiet down in there. I mentioned that a few times in my videos walking down through there. It's nuts. Ever see weird light stuff around? Yes, I did. Me and Fred both. We was down in that ravine walking. I said this. I told this story a few times. We was down in the ravine, maybe 50 yards up from the bottom, walking along the crest of it, or not the crest of it, but just walking along, and like maybe 50, 100 yards up above us, going right with us in the tree line was a big ball of energy, like the size of a basketball, just following following the tree line. Me and Fred stopped, watched it go through the whole time, and once it left, we bolted. But it looked like little. You know what them the balls of energy you touch and the electric bolts go to your hand, them electric balls or whatever. That's what it looked like. But it was the size of a basketball, and it was going maybe 3 feet off the ground, right in through the trees, just going. Don't know what it was. Still to this day, I couldn't tell you, but it was freaky and it freaked us out. We ran up over that hill and got out of there quick, quick. That's probably the fastest I ever seen Fred get up that mountain. We seen that there was just no explaining something like that, and we don't even talk about it too much. It's like who's gonna believe it? Even we said that when we finally made it to the car heading out. Like nobody's gonna believe that, man. I don't know what it was, but how do you even explain something like that? It's like a big ball of light going right with us, right down through the forest. It's weird. Don't know what it is and never seen it since. That was that one and only time, like being in the right place at the right time to see something like that. It was weird. It blew my mind to see some shit like that. Nah, it wasn't storming at all or raining that day we seen it. Thanks, Kevin. You say it's a big orb. Usually orbs, you see little tiny light specks going across the screen when you're watching videos and shit. This was a basketball size, the size of a basketball, big, bright. You could see it with your eyes. You can actually see it going through the forest like a sun. The same. It was weird. It was weird. It freaked us enough out. It freaked us out enough that we didn't stick around. We bolted. We definitely bolted up out of there. Fred's hard to scare, and when Fred runs, I definitely run. I don't even ask questions. We both seen it, but we just go. That running through the forest is something you should never do. And we was like in this horror flicks. We was running. I think I even lost a few things running. They still make Quaaludes. That's funny. I ain't heard of them since like the '80s. Quaaludes. Uh, Shit, it's been forever since I heard about them things. You need a two-finger shot after that. I was running. We both running. Ken King had a big one, like I said. That shit's spooky. Whatever it is, it'll freeze your body up for about 10 seconds, and then you just haul ass. You don't even think about it. Your just body just automatically just takes off. There are strange things happening on our planet. We need to stay awake. Yeah, I agree with you. Just in the 10 years of being going into the forest with the three-toe tracks and just the little things and the things that we hear, the chains rattling behind us. I mean, there's we experienced a lot. The paranormal channel we started, we experienced a lot. It opened our eyes a great deal when it comes to this world. There's shit that we couldn't even imagine. There, just the other day, I was sitting on the porch, and this don't really pertain, but it freaked me out. It's freaky to watch, and one of these days I'm going to get it on film. I'm going to film it one of these damn days. But I got a balcony. It's like a I don't know three-story high balcony, and it's the overview of the whole mountain scene. It's miles and miles of mountains. That's all I see out there is a beautiful view of mountains. I'm gonna post a picture up next week on my next picture of my mountain view, real quick, just like a short clip, just to show you guys what I'm talking about. But on this part, the right part of the mountain, I see clouds. Clouds will come up out of the mountain, shoot up, and then they start coming down through the city, through Cornersville, and above the mountain behind Cornersville, right? Well, once the mountains start hitting over top of Cornersville, there's three spots in this mountain. Bolts shoot up, lightning bolts. They say lightning don't strike in the same spot twice. Try about 10, 15 times in three different locations of the mountain. Lightning bolts will shoot up into them clouds. And about 15, 20 minutes later, we got the lightning storm. I watched it all week. I watched it. When there's a lightning storm out there that's not predicted, go out there. It's crazy. They'll do it. They'll start it up here on this end of the mountain. They'll release this fog or these clouds. And once the clouds start coming down over top of Cornwall, there's three different spots lightning bolts will shoot up, and they'll keep doing it for like a half hour, 45 minutes, and then a small period of time after that. That's when the thunder and lightning starts raining and starts pouring down on us. But what gets me is how the hell they getting the water into them clouds by the time it gets up into the sky and gets right here. How's it releasing all that water out? Where's the water coming from? You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. It's really weird. Just to sit and watch how that shit's working, how they're doing it. I'm gonna film it one of these. The next chance I get, I'm definitely going to film it. I have no idea what it is. They're generating storms somehow. Was I smoking that day? Listen, I smoke every day, and that ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm watching this shit happen. At the beginning of the mountain up here, it starts releasing the clouds, and like halfway down through Cornwall, once it gets over top of Cornwall, that's when the lightning bolts started coming up out of the mountain. In the same spot in three different locations, it'll shoot up into that cloud. Did you get some? What? Did you get my some? What you trying to say, Kathy? You're going out to the shed for a smoke. Hey, smoke one for me. That's what I'm seeing, Gregory. That's what I'm seeing. I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna sit out there one day and film that shit. I seen it a couple different times. But I'm going to catch it on film one of these times. I'm sitting out there. The next time I see it start releasing the fog, I'm gonna pull out the cameras. I'm gonna start filming shit. I said the best bud for that. Hot and steamy coffee. Shit, I ain't drinking coffee today. It's too hot for coffee. I had some a little bit ago. The COVID over here is the same old same bullshit. I can't wait this shit's over with, man. Till we move on with our lives. This shit's been holding us up for so long. Since March, man. We've been down on our knees with this shit. Let's get on with it. Let's move on with our lives. And this COVID is just messing everything up, for sure. It's a joke, for real. It is a joke. But at the same time, like Mindy said, stay safe. Deep state war ain't the half of it. Ain't the half of it. It's not heat lightning. Mm-mm. I mean, it's possible. I'm not gonna say it's not because I don't know, but I'm saying that it's in the same spot, same three locations throughout the mountain that's shooting up big ass bolts into them clouds that they're releasing at the beginning up here. I'm gonna get that shit on film. You drinking coffee anyway? That she got people. Yeah, it does. You got that right. It should be over with now. It's dead in the middle of the summer. Cookies here. Cookies here running around somewhere. Right, Kathy? That's what sucks. It's even splitting families up to where you can't even spend time with your family. You can't go out and do nothing. It's sad, man. It really is. Right? AC's on, coffee's fine. I hear you, Link. Life's good as long as you got that. At this point, when it comes to that shit, man, I'm just going to try to live the way I've been living and move on with it. I get it, I get it. I don't. I ain't just going to just keep living my life around that. It's just it gets annoying after a while. It's like waiting for the flu and shit. Let's move on with it. That's good to hear, Deanna. Hearing the truth is in the house. Not really new yet. Hearing the truth. That's the thing. There's no sound. That's another thing I said. Ain't there supposed to be sound with this lightning? There's never sound with that lightning. When it's shooting up, there's no sound that comes behind it. Was your family miners up there? I'm not sure on that question. That's it, Mandy. Mindy. That's how I'm trying to do. Damn, Patricia. COVID's messing everything up for a lot of people. What? You'll send a 1.5 ton FedEx. Wait, what are you saying? You'll send a 1.5 ton, half ton. I'm not sure. Thanks, Thunder. There's no sound with lightning. Well, not with this lightning when it goes. I'm gonna film it. Watch. It it's weird because what's even weirder, there'd be like one day of thunder and lightning this week, and then the next day it'd be 90, 100 degrees, and then the next day it'd be thunder and lightning. It's like it's every other day. It's weird. That shit don't happen like that in the summertime. In the end of July, my mom's doing good. She's on here. She hanging out. Yeah, they do. The attitudes, I need the word for it. They don't like when you're into the areas. When it's just certain areas you get into, it's like it's trying to tell you pushing the limit. I think Monday it's been a bad week for the rain and thunderstorm. Damien, we'll be out there Monday doing that. Yeah, tired ain't the word for it, Kathy. Tired ain't the word for it. Did you see on my Facebook page? While I'm thinking about it, on my Facebook page, Into the Woods with Jeff, that lady that was having problems with the Bigfoot coming up on her property, and so her husband finally put up was tired of hearing her wife complain about him coming up, so he put uh, deer cams all the way around the property, surveillance cameras and deer cams all the way around the property, and they caught two game wardens going out in the back of the property with sticks, tree knocking on the trees, calling for the Bigfoot. That's crazy. They know that they're out there. I've been knowing they knew, but just to see them out there tree knocking, trying to get them to come out at like 2:45 in the morning, that's crazy. That's nuts. Why would they be doing that? And then the one video when the cop reports to call screams coming from the woods, and the cop starts walking down there, and, and that thing starts screaming. And cop said, "Hell nah." He turned around and ran right back to his car. He got guns and shit. Why is he running? But it was funny. It's a funny ass video. They changed their mind on that shit. I think he even called backup. He called like 2 or 3, 4 other backups, and then they all started walking down, and it screamed loud, and they all 4 took off. They like, I'm done. I ain't messing with this shit. I am done. I wouldn't even check it out either. Guns or not, whatever screamed like that, it would. You just know it'll tear you apart. I wouldn't mess with it. I would definitely not mess with it. Black of the night. They had no flashlights, nothing. But it was funny. It was funny to see him take off. Right? Them sounds do go through your body, especially at night. When you're walking through there at nighttime and that sounds like 20 feet from you, there's nothing you can do but just keep walking. You just keep walking and just hope it don't reach out and grab you. That feeling right there is the worst feeling. Like the time me and Kyle was up in Sheila's world on the other side, and me and Kyle was walking through this. I don't know what them big elephant ear leaves, them big bushes. We was walking through them over on the other side of that creek, and we found this spot where something big came down and broke all these limbs, and we were following it up through there, and it was dead of the night. It was like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm shining a light on the backside of Kyle, following Kyle up through these big ass bushes and shit. And as I'm following him, to my right, like right dead beside me, a foot, not even a foot beside me, I heard it crunch. I heard it step. I froze like cow, cow, cow. He's right here. I heard him breathe. I heard him breathe right here. I could hear him like through his nose, this deep breath, deep. I couldn't even. It sounded like the nostrils was like this big. The breath that's flowing through. It's hard to explain, but I could hear him breathe right here. So I said, "Cow." He's right here. Back up. We're backing up away from it, and I didn't want to shine the light on him, so I kept the light on Kyle, and we kept backing up. Like, come on, Kyle, let's get back to the boat. As soon as we hit the boat, that's when they took that rock and threw it out, tried to sink our boat. And Kyle said, "Get the fuck in the boat," grabbed the rope, and started running with me in the back of the boat, holding on with the camera, trying to film shit. Did you hear this? Did you see that? It's like, man, that was some freaky shit. That shit scared the shit out of both of us. Watch all of them if you can. I seen that. I'm gonna definitely check that out. I think I've seen a few of them already. Right. And the unidentified ship got took down. I don't know. I see. I see it. Right, Kathy? Shit, and that I'm about to go to bed here shortly. Get another cup of coffee. I know I look tired. I am tired. I worked last night all night. Stayed up waiting for you guys. Friday Night Live. Exactly like a horse breathing. That's the best way to describe it. The nostril sounds so big. You could hear it. It was weird. where that sound. The 411 missing people. I try not to watch that before I go to the woods. It had me thinking bad thoughts the whole time. So I try to watch a few comedy shows and take off and head for the hills. You trying to get rid of me or now already? No, I'm just playing. I am about to go. About to head soon. Yeah, definitely Geneva. Definitely. This is a great book. If you guys get a chance to get that book, there's a there's a lot of good pictures. There's a lot of good stories, different interviews. I mean, I'm going to read it. I'm going to go through it a couple of times. This is a cool ass book. Good ass book. But with that being said, Bigfoot World, I'm gonna go to bed, man. It's been a good night. I'm gonna end on a good note with you guys. Definitely, definitely, guys. Don't forget, there's some trips, there's some adventures coming. If you want to help a brother out and hit the PayPal up in the description down there, because these trips are going to cost. They definitely are going to cost. Nothing's cheap around here. So if you want to help out, definitely hit that PayPal up in the description and stay tuned for this next one because I'm pretty sure as long as the weather don't change, we're going to do the rando nodding Monday. I'm going to check out the apples this week to see if the apples are still there. And the overnighter is coming soon. I'm not sure if it's this week, but if not this week, definitely next week. It's coming soon. With that being said, stay tuned, Bigfoot World. I enjoyed tonight and every night, of course. Definitely stay tuned for this next crazy ass adventure. If you're new, hit that like and subscribe and all that good stuff, the bell notifications. Until then, stay tuned for this next one, Bigfoot World.